Good morning, fellow orchid lovers. It's Danielle here with a video about my new acquisitions. My last order I placed about, I guess, almost 3 weeks ago. And I guess it kind of opened up the floodgates, shall we say, to me ordering more orchids. At this point, I think this is it. I've said that before, but I really and truly have run out of room. So I'm going to introduce you to my new babies. I got from 2 different suppliers. I got a few orchids from Hauserman, and then I got another order from Kalapana Orchids in Hawaii. These are the ones I got from Hauserman. So I'll show you what I got, and then I'll also show you what kind of condition the plant is in, and we'll go from there. So I decided to be extremely daring and get a Nellie Isler. Now, anyone who knows anything about Nellie Islers, they're not easy. You think Phalaenopsis are tough. I mean, I've never had a Nellie Isler, so I can't say how I'm going to do with it. But judging by some very experienced growers who have problems with Nellie Islers, we'll see how this goes. This plant may have come to my house to die. I hope not, but we'll see if I can give it the conditions it requires. The one Phalaenopsis that I do have and the Miltonia that I have been able to keep happy. So hopefully we'll be able to keep these plants happy. So the tag, that's the flower. It fell off. It was a little damaged in transport and it fell off. And it's not really going to come through well on the video. Plus it's a little bit wilted because it fell off yesterday. The tag came as just Nellie Isler, but it's actually, I looked back on the website, it's the variety Swiss Beauty. So she currently has this spike here that is the most developed. That's where the flower fell off of. She was missing a few buds. They weren't in the box, so I'm assuming they must have fallen off before the plant was picked for transport. But her buds look okay. They look like they're in good shape. They're developing color now. They were a little bit more green when I got her. This is where the flower fell off of. She has another spike here and another spike just starting here. So we'll see how we do with her. Now, this plant I noticed either currently has or had in the past, I believe, scale. I've never had scale. I've never had spider mites. I've only ever had mealybugs. So I'm not really too experienced with what they look like. But on the back of her leaves, she has what appears to be like blisters. And I don't know if I can get in close enough to kind of show you. They look like little blisters. And from everything that I've seen on the internet, yeah, it's going to have trouble focusing on that small, but everything I've seen on the internet or I've read about scale, that's kind of what they look like. It looks, come on, focus. They kind of look like little blisters. So if you have knowledge of scale, please chime in and let me know if that's correct. Now, I don't see any of the crawlers. I don't see, I believe they're like fluffy and white, kind of like mealybugs. I didn't see anything. I did try to look in between the leaves, you know, see if I could find anything, but I didn't. However, even if this plant has been sprayed for scale, treated for scale, whatever, I'm keeping her separate for a good long while because I do not want to have my first scale outbreak. No, I don't. Also, you'll notice that the pots that they are in are a little more blingy than my usual choice, and that's because I went to my supplier, and I usually just get the plain glass ones. They were out, and the orchids were here and needed to be put into glass vases, so I kind of had to get something that's a little bit out of character for me, but it's not the worst it could be. It's just it's not really my style, but we'll roll with it. So that's my Nellie Isler. That's the first one. Then this one is it's another Phalaenopsis. It's Leonard Karl Godding Red Rim. And the reason why I got this is her flowers are just gorgeous. I did get, let me see if I can, there we go. That's what her flowers look like. And you'll notice that like the petals and sepals up here are like a deep, rich, velvety, like red color. And then down here, it turns into like a fluorescent color. So I just think that those are going to be stunning. So I'm really looking forward to it. So she's in really good shape. She has, I think, she has 4 spikes. So she has this spike right here. This spike is a little more developed. It's starting to show color. So I'll be getting flowers soon. And then she has these 2, which are much farther behind. But that's fine with me, because then that means that she's going to be blooming for quite a while if I can keep her happy. So her root system was very extensive. I really am tired of taking orchids out of moss. So that's another reason why I probably won't order for a while, because legit every single one takes me at least an hour to remove all the moss. And then for days afterwards, I'm still finding moss. So, yeah, these were unpotted slowly over a number of days because I just didn't have the time to do them all at once. Some of them you could tell they'd been in there for a while. Some of them were very, very pot bound. So that was that. This is the whole reason why I ordered from Hauserman, and what a plant. My goodness. I mean, huge, huge Miltoniopsis. This is the Andrea West. If you watch some of my other videos, in the beginning when I first started growing, I got one of these and she died. I have a strong suspicion that she had Fusarium, so I think that's why she died. It could also have been me. I didn't really know about Fusarium when I had her, so I'm judging by the way my other orchids that had Fusarium were. She had all the classic signs of it. So she has 3 spikes. She's, like I said, she's a ginormous plant. I mean, she's just huge. Very, very extensive root system. And just in case you don't know what she looks like, I got a picture of her. So that's what she looks like. I mean, the picture doesn't do it justice. It's a stunning, stunning bloom. She's like a buttery yellow, and it looks like the colors of a sunrise or a sunset. It's just beautiful. So I'm really looking forward to those spikes. And then I also got a schilleriana, a Phalaenopsis schilleriana. I really like her blooms. I'll show you her blooms. So that's her bloom. I mean, it's a little bit plainer than I would typically go for, but it's got like a very subtle coloration to it, you know, with the little flushes of color. And then of course the spots in the lip. And also her lip is different than any other Phalaenopsis I have. Plus, I don't have any Phalaenopsis with the modeling on the leaves. So I was excited to, get my first orchid that had this type of foliage. Aurora and Jet. Mommy's filming. Please keep your play quiet. Okay? Thank you. However, I'm not exactly thrilled. Jet! I said quiet. That's not quiet. That's not quiet. I'm not exactly thrilled with the plant that I received. I don't know if it was the transport or what, but these leaves were like limp. The root system's kind of a joke. And the plant wasn't cheap. I mean, it was 20 bucks. Is that cheap for a schilleriana? I don't know. My experience with that is not really extensive, but yeah, I was a little underwhelmed by this one, so I don't know. The other ones I'm thrilled with, other than the possibility of scale on the Nellie Islet. I mean, it's very possible that what I'm seeing is just dead scale, and we're not going to have a problem, but yeah. I mean, it's a great size plant. All of these are beautiful sized plants except for the Phalaenopsis, so we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to bring you over here. These are the orchids that I got from Calipana. With the exception of this one. This one my husband brought home for me from the supermarket a couple days ago. And I'm hoping it's coming through on the video. In the center is like a fluorescent pink color. it's just eye-catching and stunning. So he brought me a mini. And, you know, he got it from the store that I caught them putting ice cubes in the crown. So this orchid may not live very long. I bought an orchid from them a while ago without realizing that they put the ice cubes right here in the crown. And it started going downhill really fast. And I'm like, what the heck? What am I doing wrong? And then I realized it had crown rot from that. So hopefully this one doesn't, because she's got really beautiful blooms and it was a gift from my husband. So, but other than that, she's got a not too bad root system. She is a mini, and we all know how I do with minis, and that's not well. So, although my other mini that I have, she is still alive, and she's putting out a secondary spike for me. So, I guess I'm improving with my relationship with minis. So that's good. Let me move her over here. I don't want her to fall over. Okay, so it's going to be a little backlit, so I might be moving plants around, and I apologize if I make anyone dizzy. But it is early in the morning, and this is where I get my sun in the morning, so it's well lit, but it's backlit, so we might have a little issues with that. This one is the only one, with the exception of one other, that doesn't have flowers. So this is Fall in Love White Fairy, and I did get a picture of that one. Oops, that one as well. Trying to get it up here for you. So that's what she looks like. So I really liked how she was a combination of white and pink and purple and a little bit of red and yellow. And each flower is just a little bit different as far as the markings are concerned. So she fell apart while I was unpotting her. I don't know if it was just me being too rough. I don't think it was. I honestly feel like it was because she was so badly pot bound that in the, you know, trying to get her out, she kind of fell apart. So this pseudobulb is separated from these two pseudobulbs. So I don't know if this one develops a new growth, I'll keep it. But if not, then I might just get rid of it. And then she has one spike. But this fairly well developed. This and you know, it looks like some of them might start to pop open soon. So that's exciting. So she's really pretty. I'm excited to see her. I'm sure you probably noticed in my shop before that I have another one back here. And I mean, that is right up my alley. That's beautiful. So this one is called Big Shot Pink Panther. So she has two spikes. She has another one right there. And then she has this one, which is starting to bloom out. I already have 3 buds open, and some other ones are starting to pop. So I'm pretty excited about that. The plant itself is in pretty good shape. Most of these I found were pretty pop bound. So we'll see how they do. But other than that, nothing really else to report on this one. So put her back there. I got a new Sherry Baby. I do have my Sherry Baby up here growing. She's doing really good. She's getting new growths. She was a fusarium plant. And because of that, I had to kind of cut her to pieces. And so it's going to take several years before I'm going to have blooms on her. So I decided, why wait? Why not just get another Sherry Baby? You can never have enough of the smell of chocolate in your house. So I purchased another one. She has a huge spike, but I don't think that's how big they get. I think they even get a little bigger than that. So, yeah. That's got a ways to go. And she has at least one more. Let me see. Yeah, right there. She's got another tiny, tiny one that's just starting. So she's gonna, you know, be blooming for a fair amount of time. So I'm really excited about that. Like I said, I think that spike has a ways to go, though. As far as I know, they can grow for quite a while. And I don't see any branches or buds developing yet, so... she does have a fairly advanced new growth right here, which I like to see. She has another little new growth in somewhere, but it's kind of hard to see it in this light, so I apologize for that. So we're going to have the smell of chocolate in our house, and I don't have to wait a couple years for it, so I'm pretty excited about that one. This one is Carnivale Rio, and I don't love the spotting on her leaves. She had a lot of yellow and brown leaves that I kind of pulled off. I'm not really sure why that's happening to her. It might just be something that happens to this variety. I don't know. Might just be some sun damage. Not really sure. But she has two spikes. She has this one right here that still just has buds. And then she has this one here. It started opening pretty much the day I got her. This one's still opening. And as you can see, it's just beautiful. It looks almost like a tie-dye pattern on her petals. And then the lip is like a deeper pink color. That's really pretty. So I'm excited about her. And then I ordered like a red intergeneric, I forget what it was called, but it had red flowers. Because I don't really have that much red in my collection. So I thought it'd be nice to have something that was red. I did get the Nellie Eiler that's red, but I also really liked the one I picked out. But the nursery was not happy with the quality of the plant, and so they substituted this plant. They kind of emailed me after the fact and told me after that they had sent it that they made a substitute, which I didn't love that. I would have preferred to know beforehand so I could make the decision as to whether I wanted a substitute or not. But the plant that they picked for me is, I mean, look at that. So I'm not really that upset. I mean, again, I would have liked to have known, but I mean, they did pick a amazingly beautiful plant. And this is my last order from them. I got the Eye Candy Penny Candy. This one is the Pinkie. So the Penny Candy is more like a yellowish color, and this one has pink, which I'm going to try to bring you in and show you, but you see the pink on the lip there? And it's a much more like red color, whereas the Penny Candy is more like an orange or a coppery color. So she's beautiful. So she has this very mature branching, which the branch was broken, but mature branching spike. She's got a much smaller spike here, and then she has two more over here. Now some of the buds did blast in transport. I can see that some of them are, you know, not going to make it, but for the most part, most of the buds look like they're still healthy. There's another one right there that's going to blast, it looks like. I mean, it's still firm, but I can tell because the color is different that it's going to blast. And the plant itself is massive, and the pseudobulbs are very healthy, and I'm really excited about this plant. So it was a very good substitution. I do really love this. It's very eye-catching, very beautiful. So those are my new babies. Like I said, I have officially run out of room. No more room at Danielle's Orchid Ranch, although I would love to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stop ordering for quite a while because I just don't have anywhere to put them. So anyways, I hope you all are having a great week so far. I do have a lot of stuff in Spike and Bloom. So in a couple of days, when a few more of my spikes like bloom out, I'm going to try to make another video with all my spikes and blooms in it. But, you know, I have a lot going on right now. Like, we're going away in a couple of days again, so I have some packing to do. You know, when we go away, it's not just a matter of packing up our stuff and leaving. We do have a lot of animals, so there's a lot of preparation that comes into that. And, you know, the person that does watch my home very kindly, she takes really good care of my animals, but in order to set her up the correct way so that she doesn't have a lot of extra stuff to deal with, it does take some extra work on my part. So I'm going to take care of that. So I'm going to try to do the blooms and spikes, but I might not be able to do it until not this weekend, but the following weekend. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, I hope you all are doing well and enjoying your spring. It's getting beautiful here, and I hope it is for you too. And I will talk to you all next time.